Okay, the map's ring, it's domination mode, and I'm in the Cleveland on the NA servers today. Grinding for the Worcester. The Worcester in my cruiser. Yeah, light cruisers. What can I tell you about light cruisers? You're gonna have moments of sheer amazement at the DPM, and then you're going to suddenly be brought back home by a dev strike that's going to send you straight back to port with a bang. She's got a pretty good set of guns on her, I have to say. She's got 12 of these 152mm guns. Very sweet. Today we're up against a Udachi, a Fenyang, a Sherbrooke, a Baltimore, a Scharnhorst, a Hawk, and a North Carolina. And they've got a couple of torpedo boats, and the Fenyang has deep water torpedoes, so hard to detect, so I'm rather glad I've got Hydra and radar. The trick with all light cruisers, pretty much, there are one or two exceptions that can open water, kite around, and make themselves really hard to hit, but for the most part we use islands. Islands are your friend. Islands keep you safe, and in this particular map we have a lot of islands to take advantage of, so hopefully this is going to go well for us. I hope. Udachi's going to C. Le Terrible is going to probe A, I think. He's kind of hovering with the idea of going into B, but I wouldn't recommend it personally. Main reason being Team Red could bring ships up to the mid channel around E7, something like that, and that could be a problem for him. No, he's going into A. Very sensible. Again, you've got to be careful going into A as a destroyer, because you're blindsided by that island. And although he's got two battleships with him, they won't be able to help him if he sticks his nose out. So that's something to consider. Okay, Baltimore's got me on radar. They've got a heavy cruiser, the Baltimore, with 203mm guns. Very good at knocking out light cruisers. So there's also North Carolina with her, so that's a bit of a worry. So we're going to just stay behind this island for now and try and stay out of range or out of trouble. Use the island to block any potential shots from the North Carolina. I don't like that idea much. You can see the Scharnhorst 43 of theirs is heading towards A, and they've got a Udachi on A at the moment. The Terrible is moving away and shooting at the Udachi. Is that a Hawk? Yeah, it looks like the Royal Navy Hawk is in the region as well. So that's something to consider. I'm going to hit my radar now and we'll see what we got. Okay, so we've got a Baltimore on the corner, North Carolina over there. He's just popping behind the islands, so I don't think I can hit him, but I can certainly light up the Baltimore. Now I've moved forward a little bit. You can see we're protected by the island. He doesn't know I'm here, except for the shells going over the top. And he's going in very sensibly in reverse, and we're getting some good hits into his superstructure and his upper deck. And I'm just trying to set fires, really. I mean, the DPM is really good on this ship, but he's safe now. He's tucked it behind the island. We've got one fire and 8,494 damage in the first engagement with that radar. And he'll think twice now about poking his nose out. Meanwhile, I've noticed that the Hawk is moving across, so again, we can use the islands. We've got good height on these shells, so we should be able to shoot over the statue there and hit the Hawk. Oh, that's the general idea. Yeah, 9 good hits, and we get a fire, and of course we're decapping him the entire time, which is great for our team. Got another fire. If he's reasonably repaired, and it looks like he has, those are perma fires, so he's burning out quite nicely. Anyone for barbecue? I mean, that's the thing about the Cleveland. She is really good at setting fires with her 12 guns, but oh boy, have you got to be careful. You have made of paper, you've got a pretty big citadel, so you do need to be cautious and use the islands to keep yourself hidden. Okay. So there's a bit of passive-aggressive play there. We were passive, as in we sneaked into the island chain and just waited for the enemy ships to appear, for our team to spot them, used our radar to spot the Baltimore, and basically once we knew where all the ships were, we've been able to react to them in a rather aggressive manner. Now I'm just going to reverse up because I would very much like to watch the gap between A and B, because I've got a feeling that Yudachi at some point is going to get bored, or the Fenyang. I think either the Fenyang or the Yudachi are going to try their chances at B now they know where I am. So we're just going to relocate. And there's the Yudachi. He's on A capping at the moment, but the Terrible is in the vicinity. And there's a lot of gunfire going on over there, so the Terrible is open water gunboating at the moment. And looks like the Yudachi is leaving the cap. Now he's got two ways he can go. He can either join the Baltimore behind the island. I've noticed the Baltimore's changed his positioning as well. Or he might push into B. Let's see what happens next. I'm now in position to guard B. Yeah, I'm lit, so I hit my radar. And there he is. There's the Yudachi. Now, the thing about the Cleveland is our DPM is very, very strong, even without a 21-point captain. So we should be able to burn this guy down pretty fast. You see we're absolutely wrecking him with the 152mm AP, fires and incapacitations, and down he goes. Okay, good. He's launched torps, but we're already accelerating back behind the island, because I'm worried about the Baltimore, who's got me on radar. He's going to come around that corner with his 203mm guns pointed right at me. Yeah. But we should be able to duck behind the island before he can open fire. Yeah. Okay, so we're safe from the American AP of the Baltimore. And this is it. This is essentially it. You have to basically watch your mini-map, find out where all the threats are, and make sure you've got an island between you and the major threats. Like the Scharnhorst and the North Carolina. I'm not sure where the Sherburg is yet. He hasn't shown up, but... Yudachi just lit him on the mini-map, and it looks like he's AFK. Yeah. So, that's unfortunate for Team Red. We're going to take full advantage of the situation and see if we can get some fires on him. All the while, we are going to maintain stealth, stay behind the island. I don't want to be lit. I don't want the Scharnhorst firing at me. I don't want... They've only got one battleship, I just realized. No North Carolina, no Hawk. Okay. Alright. I've been so busy staring at the minimap, I haven't been paying much attention to how many ships are left. Alright. Okay. So it's just the Scharnhorst, the Baltimore, the Fenyang, and the Sherburg. And the Sherburg's AFK. And I got a fire on him anyway, so he's going to burn out. There he goes. And this is what the Cleveland excels at, setting fires with a HE. You don't want to forget that you've got AP when a cruiser's showing broadside, because you can do a frightening amount of damage with your AP on broadside targets. And the upper belt of burning battleships as well, so you get a battleship on fire and you're showing broadside, switch to AP while the fires are burning and farm him hard. You'll be amazed how much damage you get. Trying to get the Fenyang here. Not sure we're going to though. What's he doing? Is he slowing down, speeding up? I can't really see him because of the island, but we're just going to launch shells. Now he's turned out and he's moving away. And we've got deep water torpedoes incoming. He's laid a spread across the channel there, so we're just going to avoid those by putting the brakes on.
Our victory is in sight.
Yeah. Okay. And the Baltimore's moving around, as is the Scharnhorst 43. Baltimore takes out the Hipper. Hipper takes out the Fenyang first. And now we can take some risks because we're on full health. So I'm not too worried if we lose a bit of health here, because there's only 2 enemy ships left. So this is a point where we can stick our neck out. And there's the Scharnhorst, who straight away notices me and opens fire on my front. I threw in reverse, but it wasn't enough, and I take 11,356 damage. Made a paper, you see. I did set a fire on him, however, and I'm now going to open up on the Baltimore that's coming around the corner with his radar on and his American heavy AP going. And I'm going to angle. I've thrown the rudder over so that I can angle, because I don't really want to get chopped to bits by his AP. So we're now angled. So these will hurt, but they won't do anything like as much damage. There we go. We've protected our citadel, and we've set a fire on him, and he's about there, so hopefully those will finish him off. Or not. Okay, let's fire again. Great. Yeah. Got him. Good. Good, good, good.
Victory is in sight.
So that's the Baltimore dealt with. And we've got a... What's this? A low health point Shan Horse 43. Broadside to me. Yeah, we'll help him with that problem. Again, I'm using the island to keep me dark. But it really, at this point in the game, doesn't really matter. He's on pretty low health. He's healing, however. Did he heal? I think he might have healed. Okay, there's a high caliber. We set a fire on him. No, that was someone else. Got incapacitation. Took out his tubes. Getting hit by his secondaries. And we finish him off. And if we got the Hawk as well at the beginning, we would have got ourselves a Kraken. Okay, there's the score. 756,282 credits earned there. Top of the team. Yeah, not bad XP, not bad XP. Wish I'd got the Hawk though. Haha, that would have taken us over 2k base XP easy. There's the breakdown. Okay, 104,000 total damage, 29,000 of that was fire damage. Bear that in mind, she is a HE spammer. And I was running the 160% credit booster, hence the reason we got so many credits. Okay. Right, let's have a quick look at the build. This is the inevitable Worcester build that I'm going with. It's pretty standard build. You can play around with your 4-point choice and build into the AA if you wish. There's the modules, and we have surveillance radar as an option there if you've got the coal, otherwise run with engine room protection. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that match as much as I did playing it, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. Thank you.